Right, yeah, so the fog isn't nearly as thick as it looked from back there, so we're good. And the way I typically start is I'll do the first couple and let you get to feel what it's like, and then we'll start talking you into doing some of your own.
Sounds good.
So we're going to do the before water landing checklist, which will turn this whole flight to on, turn our bilge pump to on in case we take on water, and ensure that our gear is up and in the blue indication.
So your bilge pump, is it actually on right now, or is
Yes.
it?
So it's always automatically available, right? If the little flapper goes up, it'll start pumping water. Procedure in this airplane is turn it on anytime that you are flying, just to make sure.
Yeah.
All right, my controls.
Your controls.
So the everything speed in this airplane is pretty much 60 knots.
Okay.
It makes for a good approach speed. It makes for a good climb speed. It's our emergency descent speed, best glide, all those things.
So outside of cruise, 60 knots is...
60 knots is pretty much it, and then our limitation speed, we got that 70 knot for the gear.
Okay.
And that's mostly because the little gear doors up front, they're just spring-loaded. The power settings that you'll see us keep going back to, that 4800 for cruising to and from the lake. Roughly 4,300 when we're just cruising over top of the water, and then on our normal approach and descent about 3,000.
Okay.
And obviously, depending on weight and the day, that might have to be adjusted some. All right, so I'm gonna go to that far area where I can tell that there's just no fog in between us and the water. Play it safe on the first one.
Your lights, are these 3-position switches?
Yes.
Okay.
So these two aren't, they're just on and off.
Right.
This one is. It's solid landing light at the top or pulse lights when you put it in the middle.
Okay. Barely see the bridge.
Yeah. It's looking good, so we got a good shoot of water there. It ought to be nice and smooth on the surface, which that'll be an interesting experience for glassy water stuff. Are you familiar with that?
Not at all.
Can you look over here and see the reflection?
Right.
Can you tell where the water is?
That's a valid point, man.
Right, so
Holy smokes.
you get down on the surface and it's like landing on a mirror, is you can't tell where the actual water is. You just see the sky above you.
Alright, so we're still high 60s, basically idle.
Yeah, to me it's more important to have a good, smooth, stabilized descent than to be on a perfect airspeed.
Sure.
Because we're just going to get the ground effect, try to hold this airplane about 2 feet off the water, reduce the power just a pinch, and let it settle on. So we're on the water. And now on the water on a step taxi, I'm steering with my feet.
Okay.
You can see I'm using the ailerons, but that's just to keep the wings level. All right, so if we decide we want to turn right, I'm not going to aileron right. I'm going to do whatever is required with my ailerons to keep the wings level and those sponsons out of the water.
Gotcha.
All right, when we're done step taxiing, we're going to power up. As you push the power forward, you got to increase your back pressure because that pusher prop is trying to nose you over into the water. Then we just hold that pitch attitude until it's ready. Now, very smooth water like we're in gives you much more hydrodynamic drag.
I was about to say, it felt like it's popped out of the water.
Yeah, so on very smooth water, you need a lot more power to stay up on step.
Okay.
More power to take off. If we get down here in this area where the wind is starting to pick up, it won't take nearly that much power or speed to get off the water. All right, so we've got good clear area of water here. You can feel what I'm doing.
Yep.
We're gonna power back, and I'm not looking at the RPMs, I'm just listening for that engine sound change, which is around 3,000. Finding ground effect just a couple of feet over the water, stabilizing and then bleeding off a little energy so we touch down. And you can really feel that calm water, that still water grip the bottom of the boat.
And so we're increasing power to keep that drag from sucking all of our speed out of us.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, just like normal boating at this point, you keep enough speed to stay on top of the water instead of sinking down into what we call displacement.
Okay.
All right, so why don't you fly it for a couple of minutes here, just get, with your paragliding background, this shouldn't be too abnormal.
No, not at
all.
all.
But just try to keep the airplane about this height off the water.
Okay.
If we see any boats or people, obviously we're going to go up and away and put as much distance as we can safely. Down here, you're probably more familiar with the lake than I am. This is where it switches back. And we'll stay down low here because that's basically under Spin Mountain Lake's traffic pattern if they're using 5. Looking ahead, I don't see any boats coming around the corner.
I'm looking good.
There is one out there, looks like he's fishing.
And there's one coming around the S turn on the very far end, but he's 30 seconds out.
Okay, and we can see the wake where somebody went through here, so we'll be ready to climb up. Fishermen out there. There you go. We'll go just to the left of them instead of right over top. Good. So it handles pretty nicely, right?
It really does.
And it has an angle of attack indicator set to come on. I think it's 20 knots or thereabout slow, and we never even saw that going through those turns. All right, so this guy's laying out a nice runway for us, so let's sidestep over and use that.
Okay.
I'm going to talk you through it and be on the controls with you for this first one. Reduce your power down to about 3,000 when you hear that engine really start slowing down. Notice that your nose comes up a little bit as you reduce the power. That's because of that propeller up on top of us. There you go. You have to move that
That's a pretty substantial handle.
Yes. All right, so keep your nose just a little bit lower. There you go.
Start the descent.
Yep. Just a good stabilized descent profile. We're looking for the surface, and we'll level off, and then your job's just to fly it for another couple hundred feet at this altitude. So the airplane's stabilized, reduce the power by just about 100, and let it settle onto the water.
Interesting.
Easy enough. Right now we got to throttle up just a bit.
Yeah. Man, that's substantial.
Yes, it is. All right, so we'll go ahead and go full power, and we're pitching back. We're going to hit his wake and bounce up in the air.
Off we go.
Nice.
And the stabilizer back out.
Good. So we are going to overtake that boat, and we'll just sort of sidestep, make sure that we're not too close to it. But now looking ahead at the water, we can see the ripples out there, so we know that the wind is starting to churn up. It's not strong yet, but we should be ready for a little bit of side-to-side action. Or if you are landing into one of those, you can expect that crosswind is going to hit you. right, looking good. This is, oh, we got enough to start getting streaks on the water. So we're getting like 10, 12 knots right there.
So do we go for one here, or do you want to take the channel?
No, let's do it.
So we're going to come all the way back to about 3.
Good.
We'll get that engine to quiet down, start a downward pitch.
Yep.
Start to
round out.
Yeah. We're going to try and fly it as long as we can.
Yeah, but we don't want to keep pitching the nose up. There you go.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Staying on it.
Yeah.
We're going to steer with the rudders and throttle back up to make sure that we
pitch our back as you throttle up. Because you see how it pushes the nose down and makes it stop hopping like that?
Pops up.
Good. So, if most of what you've done is, and we'll take a right up here,
Got it.
is airport landing. You know, we want to get down there and we want to feel for the ground with our mains and touch mains first with the nose high position. In here, you could do that, but it's really going to sort of nose forward the airplane when it touches the water and get an oscillation started.
Sure.
Yeah, we can go up that finger there and do a couple. So there's a sweet spot where you want to get it down just a few feet off the water in that level flying position. And then as you reduce the power ever so slightly, that's going to be enough to let the airplane sink onto the water without getting a significant nose up attitude. Because we don't want to just pancake into the water and bounce.
Sure.
But we don't want to stick
smooth
the
transition, but not a flare.
Yes. We don't want to just stick the tail in and get smashed in the water either.
So we find ourselves about 3,000 RPM.
Yeah. And right about here, there you go. That noise. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, very nice.
Throttle up to maintain so we don't go into displacement. Throttle up. Mild back pressure just to keep it nose up, and then pop out of the water, and pop.
You're doing it, man. Good job. Cool. So there's this little island. Go to the right.
Go to the right
for me, and we're going to stay over the water, and we're going to do a big left turn, and then head back from whence we came.
Got it. The most shocking thing about flying this plane is how much travel is in the throttle.
Yeah. That's a fun spot to practice beaching. See the little guy right there? There you go. Start that turn. Now you can see the spot up there where we touched down, so you can tell how long we were on the water. Yeah, straight ahead here and just do another one.
Alright, line myself up nice and straight in the channel.
It does look like we've got traffic in the pattern over there, but they are at least 5 miles away from us right now.
Come down to about 3,000. Listen for that nice quiet whistle. There we go. A little bit of a downward position.
Excellent. Yeah. Now, as you push forward, go ahead and start pulling back on the stick. Yeah. As you throttle forward, pull back, and that just maintains that pitch attitude. Very good.
It's got to be more authoritative at that point.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of lowballing it.
Right. It has to be proactive. If you're trying to react to the pitch attitude, it's too late. All right, then we'll take a right around this island and keep on heading down to the west. And we throttle back 4,200, 4,300. go back here, see if we can find some glassy water. That's a trip. All right, we got one coming, so let's avoid it to the to the west.
Is that more of a courtesy thing?
Yeah.
Or
so
just to keep them in sight, never lose them.
keep them in sight, and I always want to fly in a way that if something happened, I haven't put someone in danger.
Fair enough.
So they're going that way, I'm going this way.
So Bull Run is down here at the end.
Okay.
So it'll Chandelle to the left, and then actually there's the ski club used to be back here. So we'll check it out, but it could be fairly long and usually the smoothest water we can find because it's shallow. Boats don't go back there.
Gotcha. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go around and pick up this finger back here.
Bull Run.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it
Bull
is?
Run Cove,
okay,
yeah.
go straight. We're going to come in from the back side.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Go ahead and climb up, 1,200, 1,300 feet. That'll put us 500 feet above any of the obstacles and houses and people here as we go across the land. And it looks like there is one boat out there maybe fishing, so we'll remember that as we come around the corner. There's a cell phone tower over that direction.
It's
way out in the distance. Fly towards that.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, just sort of across that field of trees.
Approaching 1,200.
All right, and level off here. This is one of the areas they practice confined landing in. So I'm going to demo one of those for you here.
Okay.
All right, my controls?
Your controls.
And if you want to switch your, instead of chart, put it in map and zoom in. And you can use the little knob to zoom in as well.
Oh, gotcha.
But that'll just help you with a little situational awareness in the airplane that's flying out here with us.
Oh, got him. Okay.
All right. So we're going to pick up this finger of water and fly around the corner, and we should find some glassy water as we roll out here. Cool.
This is the wake surfing cove.
Okay.
These people hate water sports.
Yeah, I bet. There's quite a breeze right there.
Yep, see that. Got a bass or a fisherman up here on the left.
Yeah, that's the one we saw on the way around. Give you controls back if you want it.
Controls are mine.
Okay, controls. Gonna look at our fuel situation. We're gonna switch tanks.
Go ahead.
And update our fuel tree. We got 2 gallons on the right, 5 on the left. It is 705. put sunglasses in here so I would always have sunglasses if I forgot them. They're so far behind my head I can't get them. There they are. Okay.
Get around this corner, I'll get one more in.
Sure.
Well, I'll tell you what, should we do it this way to avoid Smith Mountain Lake, which is around the corner there?
No, let's go to the right.
All right.
Yeah. We'll just, let's climb up a little bit. Just since we're going straight into the sun, it's a little bit hard to see some of the gotchas that might be there.
Sure.
We'll go check out, yeah, we still got plenty of time to play. So let's go near the dam since it's so calm.
Sure.
And see what the water's like on that side, and then we'll work our way north from there. Excellent. So once we get aimed over this way so the sun isn't directly in our eyes, if you want to do a splash and go, you're welcome to it. There we go.
Bob there. Being a little bit more authoritative on that rear. Full throttle.
Very nice. It looks like we got one motoring towards us. We'll, I guess, dodge it to the right. What looks like it makes sense right this second.
Sure.
This is one of those areas that it's usually they're really smooth or really, really rough right here through the mountains. So
get one in Craddock Creek up there. Pretty smooth.
Nice. So let's go, tell you what, go back to the right, and we're gonna do one in here, and then fly back this way and do a displacement landing.
Okay.
Yeah. So just go around the right, let's keep it over the water. Back and then land back in that direction. Very good. And then seaplanes, we're always thinking bailout plan. So if at any time you feel like we just don't have enough room, stop and to the left. Oh, nice. All right. Yep. Full power. Yeah, there's a pretty good wind coming through that gap.
That felt good though.
Yeah, and you can really feel the difference landing on that choppy water versus the smooth water. Yeah, just keep climbing straight ahead until you feel like we got enough room. We can see the water on the other side, and then we'll take a left. This looks good here. Let's take that left. I'm sure it has a name. There's an area down there, a bunch of little fingers that go back into there. We want to do a landing near that, and we're going to bring it to a full stop.
Okay. So any of the side almost right there?
Yep.
Fingering? Okay.
Yep.
I'm trying to see if, is that a boat that left that wake right there? I'm just making sure there's not something sitting right there.
Yeah, I only see wake.
We'll go around that first two fingers and...
Okay. Yep, there is a fisherman next to that green channel marker, but we're going to land well past that.
Alright, I'm going to straighten up.
Yeah, so power back and start that approach. So bringing it to displacement is basically a normal landing, except when we hit the water, we're going to power all the way to idle, and we're going to hold the nose up, and I'll help you with that part.
Okay.
Good. So power out, and then we're just going to hold the nose back. Yeah, use the ailerons as long as they're working. We're in displacement.
That's insane.
And then open your little side door and reach out and touch the water, because
we can do that.
Yeah.
That is insane. I cannot believe that. It feels so low in the water, man.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Crazy.
And so you can feel that the rudders are kind of responsive, but only as much as the wind allows. The wind is really what is...
so there's no like actual water rudder control.
We do not have a water rudder.
Okay.
But since we've got the nice long keel on this and we've got thrust just in front of our rudder, if we need command authority, we can just bring the thrust up a little bit.
Make wind.
And yeah. If you have to taxi much distance at all, in plow taxi, what we call this, your temps get very hot very fast because we're making a lot of power and not a lot of cool.
Sure.
But for the most part, we're going to step taxi anywhere we need to go, and plow taxi not that far. All right. So a displacement takeoff is easier seen than explained because there's a whole lot of pitching back and forward to manage the airplane getting up on step and keeping it from oscillating. So you're welcome to be on the controls with me if you want to feel.
Yeah.
And so we're going to start all the way back, power forward, then we go forward, back, forward. Here we go. Can you check to the right for me? Because I can't quite
You're
see
clear
it.
on the right.
All right, so all the way back.
All the way back.
Power comes forward. We're dancing on the rudders to keep going straight ahead, and now we're waiting for the ailerons to come alive to keep the sponsons out. Once we're on step, we've got to pull back to keep it from oscillating. And then going forward, now we're just on a normal step and takeoff. We'll use the turbo boost because Kit gets one per episode. All right, we are off the water. And turbo boost is disengaged. All right, your controls?
My controls. Wow. That seems like a lot of work. We got one off of the right.
Airplane got it.
Keep it low. Stay out of their way.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts in that displacement takeoff to try to describe as it's happening, but you just, once you've done it a few times, you just begin to react to what needs to happen, and it's no big deal.
Even getting control before the ailerons are responsive, just, I mean, you are hard back to the left.
Yes.
As it gets.
Yep. And a really interesting thing that I did not know until I started mounting that rear view camera was how much water is going up and over, and that elevator is going through water.
That's crazy. Alright, this looks beautiful. Alright, nice and level. Everything looks good. Now we're back.
Oop.
Counts as 2, right?
That's right. So on this next one, don't pull the power out as far.
Okay.
That one, it came back all the way almost to idle.
Okay.
So we'll go to about 3,000. That'll help you maintain a little more energy and control in that flare.
Okay.
And if you use the Ripley water up here, you'll have a better sense of when the surface is coming up to you.
Alright, we're gonna go back to around 3,000 here. There she is. Up just a smidge.
Nice. Yep. Power up, pull back a little bit. So that was an interesting gotcha, because you can see where that crosswind hit us right after we touched down.
Right.
Alright, we'll level off right about here. We got a bogey tracking us 200 feet.
Really?
And behind us, it looks like.
Noted.
The non-traffic Super Patrol 35 Sierra Papa, passing by your airport to the west, just over the water out of your path. Alright, so this time let's do some step taxi.
Okay.
And yeah, keep following the...
Papa, you got a copy?
Did I hear you?
Yeah, I'm on another seaplane right behind you. Did you see us up here?
Not visually, I got you on the DSB.
Roger. What are you flying there?
That is a Super Patrol.
Nice. Yeah, we're flying an Aventura right behind you.
Ah, cool.
You want me to go over the land or over the water?
Let's go over the land, just because that airplane is right behind us and I can't see him.
Great day for flying on the water.
It really is.
I'll come up alongside you, so that doesn't bother you.
Yeah, come on. We're just doing some step taxi work through this area.
Yeah, I saw you. Good work.
Oh, thank you.
All right, so let's see. All right, I got him in sight.
All right.
Cool. So let's stick to the right side of the water.
Gonna get some aviation shots here?
Apparently.
Dude, that's awesome.
Let's go do a landing right here.
Get myself squared up here. Is he going to come up alongside us, or?
Can't quite tell, so stay on the right side of the channel just to give him room if he decides to pass us. Yeah, this is good right here.
I'm on your 6. I'll come by on your left-hand side.
Roger, watching for you. We're going to do stay in the water here for a moment. Nice. Okay. So now we've got a lot more hydrodynamic drag here, so you got to power up a bit. Just a bit, though. We want to stay on the water. All right, cool. So we're going to go straight ahead for a bit while this guy hopefully overtakes us.
All right, I gotcha.
And as the water gets calmer, we need even...
Inside, cool bird, man.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Do a left-hand rollout. Go around to the east. Have a good flight.
Thanks, man. All right, so we're going to do some of the step taxi stuff. So I'm on the controls.
Okay.
You can stay with me to feel, but
Okay.
mostly I want you to feel how goofy a tight step taxi turn is in this airplane. So I'm going to go up a little farther so we got plenty of turn or area to turn. We've also got that little crosswind that hits us right here, so I'm going to go back into the smoother water. Alright, so taking a left turn, we're going to left rudder, and we have to use the aileron
Stay level.
to stay level, and now I'm actually counter steering with the right rudder, because once you get it to tighten up into a turn, it wants to keep tightening.
Wow.
Yeah, so
That
then we're going
feels
to do
insane.
yeah. So the neat thing about it is we can do a confined area takeoff, right? Because you don't need 500-600 feet of straight ahead water.
Sure, you just need airspeed.
You need enough room to accelerate this airplane.
Bird on the water there.
Yeah. All right, so let's power up. And pitch up.
She's in there.
Now you should feel it break. Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, your controls.
My controls.
All right, so here comes the bridge. We got room for
One more
up here. And obviously this is where there's traffic a lot of times, so we'll keep a good eye out for that.
Rarely see it this empty.
Oh, that's nice. Dude, that was a good one. All right, so let's stay on step here. Now, I'm not seeing any boats or wake up here, or big debris. So why don't we just be a boat for a while?
Yes.
Oh, I'm glancing down at airspeed every now and then, because what
That's
I
what
want
I
to do
was watching too.
is keep it just out of the red,
Okay.
because that gives
Just
you
out of the red.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's not a hard and fast rule, but that makes it so that you don't accidentally take off,
Right.
but you're not sinking into displacement, getting out of control
Right.
either.
And I can still quickly get out if I have to.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to go for this center channel here. We got no boats, no obstacles, no wake, no debris.
Center being the one with the orange dot, or the dead center.
Whatever I'm pointed at straight ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, so the water gets a little calmer. We need just a little more thrust. All right, we're still clear. No boats, no obstacles. They're not allowed to fly under bridges, but if you're a boat,
Yeah,
it's okay.
That is impressive.
All right,
And up we go.
power up, and here we go.
Power up. Pitch back.
Pitch back. Yep, just a lot of drag on that calm
There
water.
she goes. How crazy is that shit?
Alright, so we will climb up just a little bit higher because we're going to cross a couple of these ridges. If one of these switchbacks has really glassy water, I'd like to do one on that.
You got it.
So you can see where the river goes over that way, so go ahead and take a left here. Yeah, that's looking pretty calm.
Oh yeah, dude, that's gold.
We might be a little bit high for this one, so let's step over to the next one.
Okay.
You can see where the river switches back and then goes to the right again. So let's do an approach on that one. Alright, so you can power back, start your descent, and we will take a right, and as long as the water is clear up here, we'll do a splash. Yeah, so far so good. Add just a little bit of power now. There you go. And that'll give you a good stabilized. Got 60 now.
Perfect corduroy.
Nice. Yep. A little swell bumped us up and up, but good. All right, man, let's climb it up to 2,500 feet.
2,500.
We'll head back north.